Howdy folks, welcome back to Out of Ore. We're going to put down another power plant today. We don't have enough capacity up there to run this long line down here. So I'm going to put in another 3600 kilowatt coal plant right here. I've been getting this leveled out. The nighttime fell, so slept through the night. We got the sun peeking up over the mountain there. So I'm going to continue leveling this out a bit because we need a little more space. And I wouldn't mind eventually getting water in this too. I think it's a lot more efficient with water coming into it. At least it seemed to be that way. I haven't done any testing to verify, but anyway, let's get in the old dozer here. Do a little more dozing. This blade set somewhat back to level. There we go. It's a little tricky because this part here isn't flat. But man, the dozers work so much better these days. Look at that, we can just push down a tree. Decent little amount of pay dirt there. Yeah, I really can't get the wheel loader out of here very well. It can make it out. It usually takes a couple tries and it's really slow, but I don't really want to change too much about that slope. But I wonder if maybe I should come back. Yeah, I don't know. Let's push some more of this dirt. Yeah, the blade really wants to climb. So you gotta watch that. Oops, that was the wrong direction. This looks like a lot of coal, but it's really not. Oh boy, it really started digging in there. It's so unpredictable. That's one thing that's still kind of frustrating. You can't really predict what the blade's gonna do. Hey, we got a lot of coal around here though to throw in the power plant. See there, it's like riding over that little bubble of stuff. Not wanting to dig in too much. So you just got to kind of keep going back and forth and figuring out what the blade wants to do and work with it. This gets us close though. I will throw down some wooden supports for the plant to set on and it'll all work out. Poosh. Look at that. It's a dirt explosion. That was awesome. The dozers are greatly improved, but there's still, there's still room for adjustment. It's not an easy technological problem to solve. We'll push that down so it doesn't look quite so ridiculous. can. Let me get on somewhat even ground here. My blade set back to somewhat centered. There we go. You can smooth stuff like that. Little boople out with the shovel. So let's see if I can... No, I can't even get in there to do anything with it, I don't think. Might have to fix that by hand. That's too bad. If I come at it from an angle. No, it wants nothing to do with me. Alright. We'll fix that by hand. I think we got enough room here. Let's do a little cleanup with the pickaxe and the shovel. Please don't dig into the ground. Please don't dig into the ground. Alright, cool. For now, I'm just going to pull this kind of over here. Oh, shoot. That's where you run into problems with it, interacting with the ground. Alright, we'll turn you off. Kind of smooth some of this out. There we go. Little magic shovel. And then how about you? Do you want to kind of settle down a little bit? There we go. It doesn't look quite as bad now. The old smacky shovel. Okay, let me grab my number 6, and let's see. Let's go actually to, what's the grid build look like? Not fantastic, but that's fine. I don't remember the footprint of the power. We put down a 2x3. And where is the power thingy? Let's put this on snap. Oh boy. Come on. Yeah, something like that. Could work. Though we should probably rotate it one more round. Come on. I can't see which direction it's facing, and when you take it off, it flips around. There we go. Alright, we'll put this back on grid build. So we can get you, and then you can go away. There we go. And then we get power over to here. But I want to go up, so we're not interfering with getting down in there. So if I did something like that, and then actually I've been putting the power poles on concrete. Let's be consistent. And then we still got a little bit of room to get the loader in and out. And then I've got things. I bought a storage. I'm not sure if I have even showed that yet. I bought a storage bin and I put it over here. So a lot of my extra stuff is in here. So let's grab the power pylons. That will work. And then we don't need any of this. And then thanks to a comment from Brian Jensen, I had forgotten they added the little short inline power input. So thanks for the reminder. And we're going to clean up that mess down there with the merger and whatnot. I had completely forgot about that. They did add those a while back. And that's a good option for what I'm trying to do there, I think. All right, so we're going to put a power pylon there. And then we're going to have one. I'm pretty sure that's too far. Is that too far? Yeah, that's too far. That's what I thought. All right, we'll go back to grid build. Let's get you in there and elevate it a bit. Glad they added so you can, when you're in grid build, you can still snap to the power. That was a good change. All right, let me go from you, and then from you down to you. And then I think be able to power that line, which will be nice. Turn my light off. We just need some coal. Where are we going to find some coal? Hey, I think I know a place. Yeah, I got some coal on me too. Yeah, I've got a bunch of coal on me. So we'll throw that in there. Turn you back off. Does it keep going in? I think it only goes in when it's on. Yeah, it looks like it does. All right. Okay, so that will get that thing powered. I have to run up and turn that back on once we get going because we got stuff sitting on conveyors. Let's get some light on. So here's the little straight power add-on that they added. It's just like a one section conveyor belt with power input. And yeah, I completely forgot that they had that. So let's redo some of this. I put it there as kind of a reminder to myself and to show it. Oh yeah, I wanted to get this stuff off the conveyor before I redid it. I forgot about that. So let's go turn it on. So we'll turn you on. Then I need to be able to turn this guy on. Then he should empty out just a little bit onto that belt. So I think we're good now. So I'm going to turn that off. Whoops. I'm getting all turned around. Okay, and then let's see if we can get this redone. So we're going to take care of you. I don't think I can pull that any more far forward. I'll get rid of you. I kind of want to turn... Let's go turn the other belt on. That way we're clearing that. It'll burn a little extra coal while I'm faffing around with that, but that's okay. So we'll turn you on, and then we'll turn you on. And that will draw all that stuff up out of there. There it goes. Then what we can do, in theory, is just come over here and dump in. So if I did a 1, 2, 3... I forgot to grab my parts. There's a lot of running around in this video. Forgot to grab my parts. Should probably just put most of those on me. But I had a pretty full inventory, so that's why I was emptying it out. I want a straight... Could probably do a 4 and a 2. Think that'll work? Should I just take all of these? Let's just take them all, just in case. I don't need the storage. Such a pain. You gotta turn all the lights back on if you shut it off. Really wish they had a toggle where you could just say, you know, this light is on, and then if it has power, it shines. If it doesn't have power, it doesn't shine. You don't have to go back through and change it every single time. Okay, let's get that out, and we want the straight 4 and the straight 2. And I'm going to change this back to snap build. All right, so you're coming out there. And I think you need one more, and then we can put the power guy on. And it should dump right on that conveyor. That's the idea anyway, and then we can get rid of these guys. Don't think I need those. should in theory dump right on there, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. So do that and that. Stick one of you in there. Pull these things down, get my deck plating back up. Like that, and then we'll do that. Get one of you on there. And it's a little bit ugly, but I think we can make that work. Alright, and then you come over to there. Now we can go turn this on, and in theory, we can make some material go. Alright, so turn you on. This guy's already running. Turn you on. And then we should be able to dig, in theory. It's a good theory, anyway. Alright, I think you're over the conveyor. You can start going. Is it doing the needful? Yeah, it's working. It's rolling off onto that other conveyor. Excellent. I do need to put down some more concrete up here, but back up to here, and then I'm actually going to remove that. Okay, good. Let's hope that would remove the right thing. Come back a little more. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted to have. I wanted to lower that pretty much all the way, if I can. That dig in. Alright, that's all the way down. It's a little tricky. I've done this before in previous seasons, so I have a plan. Such as it were. And as that starts tilting, let's come down onto the actual dirt. And head back up. It's a little hard to see what's going on here, but that's kind of the idea. I'm gonna have to do some hand mining with the pickaxe, but the idea is to try to minimize that. What am I stuck on here? Head was stuck on something. Alright, you are down all the way. And then we're going to get stuck right here, I think. Alright, high speed. There we go. A little bit of high speed on the hydrostat got her done. Alright, I'm going to bring you back down a little bit. Not quite that much. Now we need to set our new line here. Let me get that back on just in case you guys are having trouble seeing. And we'll do, we'll go back to grid build. Oh wait, this isn't on the grid. Derp. Definitely needs snap build on here. And we're out of concrete. Excellent. Then I basically have to dig this out, because if these are in dirt, they don't always work great. At least that's how it used to work. So then I have to dig this out by hand. That's a little bit of a pain. I could do this with the tunneler like I did kind of down there, but it's just not worth all the extra effort of trying to finagle it around. So we'll clear some of this out by hand and we'll see how we're looking. So I want, actually I don't need that. I need my straight 8 meters. There we go. Get the dirt out of the way. And then, yeah, that's what we need. All right, let's slap one of those on. See how we're looking. Yeah, I think that'll work. I do need some more concrete, but that gets us somewhat closer. Now I could clean up this side a little bit, so let's do that. So what I can do is I can move the head over like that. Then keep it centered on here so we're unloading. Oops, let's turn the unload back on. We just make this a little wider. The cab tends to get snagged on things. We want to try to prevent that. We try to keep centered. Back to about there. Swing this guy over. We basically just do the same thing. It's a little bit of a slow process, but we'll eventually get a tunnel over there to the metal. And then once we're bringing that stuff in, that's going to be a ton of money. There's no indicator on this. I kind of wish they did the indicator for this like they did with the bulldozer. So you can tell where your head is aligned, but I didn't realize I was still on high speed. Whoops. Let's do that. Also tilt it up all the way. I'm sure it's really... Yeah, I don't think it's digging much. I think we're pretty well set. Alright, we're going to be almost out of dump deck as well. So we need to buy some more concrete, we need to buy some more dump deck. But hey, we're on our way. Not too far from the coal. So let me pop down to the store, get some supplies, and I'll be right back. I wasn't able to get a whole lot. I need to make some money, but I got a little bit, so we'll fill that in. And we can do that. There we go. I think we're pretty much ready to dig more. Turn the flashlight off. It just looks a little weird when you're in here with the flashlight. So let's trundle down here. And then we're going to turn the head on. I think I've actually shown this from the business end. That might not be a bad thumbnail. Let's put her back on slow. I'm going to try to get down. I'm going to run out of camera angle. It's a little hard to see. And the first person only playthrough on this would be rough if you're using the tunneler. I should probably do the roof first. Alright, can I back out of here? It's also not a bad thumbnail. We're pooping dirt, that's for sure. Oh, good timing, autosave. Yeah, we didn't dig down very good, did we? Terraforming locked. Yeah. Come on, autosave. There we go. Did its thing. So yeah, we kind of need to dig down. Let's remove these temporarily. Let's get a little deeper, and then I can start getting the blocks lined up. There we go. That's all the way down. And as we come off the concrete, I want to raise that up. And now we're stuck. Awesome. I went too far. Forgot I didn't have my butt chute open. Yeah, I was stuck on the cab there because I went so far down. Whoa, easy. Easy. Oh boy, we're getting wild down in here. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting up out of that. I'm gonna have to get some concrete ramps. I am toast. Alright, let me back up as far as I can. And then I'm going to turn those off. And we're just gonna shut this thing down because we're stuck. I've got this little hill right here, which isn't helping any. But if I can get some concrete ramps, I think I can get this out of here. Let's clean up a little bit. We're not making a lot of money yet. It's mostly dirt coming out of here. So I may have to go up to the main plant and dig some, get some money in. No, I don't know. Well, actually, the concrete blocks aren't super expensive. Let me run down and get some ramps. We'll see if we can get this thing out of here and back on track. All right, I've got some ramps to work with here. So let's do the snap build. Like so. There we go. Clean all this, a little bit of this up by hand. So we're pretty close to the cab. I think we can just drive out of here now. All right, we've got it in low gear. Everything's shut down. Let's try high gear. There we go. No problem. It always dumps you out the back. Okay, thank you, ramps. We will keep you around. You're probably going to come in handy later. Now we can just do more of the same. Oops. So I don't know if I need the flashlight on. I can see fine, but I know YouTube makes things dark. Get that snapped on there? Sure can. Probably don't need to, though. I'm going to have to dig that. So I've got this mostly down to where it needs to be, but we just need to dig this out by hand just a hair. Make sure that conveyor doesn't get clogged. They may have fixed most of that, but back in the day, it would just build a giant mountain if you weren't careful. If the dirt was a little too close to the conveyor belt. Things got ugly in a hurry. Alright, we don't need our ramps just yet. Let's put those down there. We can get rid of the dirt. Not sure why I'm carrying beams around. And then I need my straights back. Am I out of the straights? 2 4s. I think I'm out of the straight 8s, aren't I? A little bit of dump deck. Well, I'm gonna have to go make some money. That's what I'm gonna have to do. So, I'm gonna turn you off. I have to go make some money with the big loader. Okay, we can shut you down. Yeah, I did dig the road a little bit. That's a shame. Then we're back to the big boy. It's our main moneymaker. We've got a big old coal seam here I've been working on. Then once we get into that metal, I may look at more processing on the plant. I need to look into things. I know somebody was saying how you could use the coils for something, maybe like sheets or something. I'm not sure. I need to look into all the production options. It's been, what, at least a year or two since I did the season 4. I don't remember when that was. And all the production and stuff. And I think some stuff has changed since then. But it's going to be a little bit before we get to the metal. Alright, looks like I do have the coal cell turned on because the money is cranked up. Cool. So I need to do a little more of this, and then I'm going to keep tunneling through that dirt. And then hopefully the next episode we'll be at the coal seam down underground, which will get us good money. That'll pay for itself basically at that point. And then we can trundle our way on over to where the metal is. And then we should start getting into some serious money at that point. We shall see. But anywho, I'm going to dig some coal, get some money. Keep on churning through there. And I will catch you in the next one. Thanks as always for watching. And take care.